Okay, so now let's see if we can gather even more information about our target. So I've actually deleted all the useless files because they weren't any use, and I kept the things that I'd like to focus on. So in a real life situation, you want to go over each one of these entities and try and gather information about as much information as you can about each of them. For now, I'm actually going to focus on the iSecurity.org only, and I'm going to try to find all the websites that exist on the same server. So like we said before, if we couldn't hack into iSecurity itself, then maybe we can exploit one of the websites on the same server and then gain access to iSecurity. So I'm just going to change the topology from here and use something useful like this one. And then I'm just going to drag this one on the side. I'll actually put it down here because I'm going to be using that. And put this one up. Okay. So I'm going to right click it. And I'm going to get its IP address. So I'm going to resolve it to IP address. And right now, as you can see, we have the IP address of the server where iSecurity.org is stored on. So I'm going to right click it. And I'm going to try to get the DNS information from this IP address. So this will give me all the websites that exist on the same server. And as you can see now, it automatically changed the topology for me. And we can see that this IP address, let me zoom out to this. Now we can see that this IP address contains all of these servers. Now this server is actually owned by iSecurity, and as you can see that it doesn't have too many websites. So if this was just a normal website, you'll actually see a lot of websites with it on the same server. But because this is a VPS owned by iSecurity only, so we only have the websites that we want to have there, so it's only our websites. But again, we still managed to get three more websites instead of our website. So in case we couldn't gain access to this website, then we can go and try to hack into any of these websites, and they're on the same server. So we'll manage to hack into our target from the websites on the same server. If all of that didn't work, we can see that we have this arrow going into the IP. So usually the websites are hosted by this IP, so you can see the arrows going from the IP to the website here, to this website, and to this website. But right here we can see that the hosted by .diboften.net is going to the IP. So this is actually a hosting company, and this is the company that we're renting the VPS from. So if we go to this website, you can see that this is a hosting company. And that is where iSecurity is renting their servers from. So in worst case scenarios, if you try to hack into iSecurity, you couldn't do it, and then you try to hack into all of these websites and you couldn't do it, and you looked for exploits in the server itself and you couldn't do it, then you can try to hack into the data center on the website or on the company that's hosting iSecurity, and from there you can gain access to any website hosted by that company, including your target, which is iSecurity.org. Now again, you can go over any of these entities and try to gather information about it as well, and maybe get information that will help you to gain access to your target. For example, we can convert bug bounty to a domain, like we did that with iSecurity. And then from this domain, I'm going to look for email addresses associated with that domain. And as you can see now, we have the abuse@name.com, which is no use. But we also managed to get an email of a person working in iSecurity, which is zaid@isecurity.org. That's my actual personal email. So again, if everything failed and you couldn't gain access to it, then maybe you can try to target that person that works at iSecurity, which is myself, and maybe try to social engineer that person and hack into their computer, and from there, again, gain access to the website. Now this is going to get into social engineering, so I'm not going to get into too much detail of that, because now we're talking about web penetration testing, so we're only concerned about the web applications and the technologies used in that.